Hi everyone, today it's going to be a difficult video. It's all about the dark side of narcissistic families. Hey, welcome back to the Nurturing Coach channel. Thank you if you've recently subscribed, really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, give us a click. Today I want to talk about a really difficult subject, and I have covered it in one of my other videos, but we're going to look at it in a bit more depth today, and we're going to look at another angle on it as well. And it's something I find really difficult, so if I lose it, I apologise. The dark secret of narcissistic families is that there's guaranteed to be at least psychological, emotional, verbal abuse. We know that's not the dark secret. But the likelihood is that there will also be sexual abuse and physical abuse. The even darker secret is that narcissists will kill. They will kill their own children, they will kill their exes, they will kill themselves. And that's kind of what I want to look at today. And the reason for that is, it's my fear. It's my biggest fear, and this is why I've avoided it, is I was always so terrified that that would be what the narcissist would do when they realised that they were losing, that the weapon, the children, were no longer going to be of any use to them. I know that they would, I know that they'd kill them, and and I find that really hard because, okay, I went into social work because I wanted to protect children, and not being able to protect children that you love is one of the hardest things ever. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I do this, is I couldn't protect those kids. I can't, to this day, I can't protect them. I know that they're being treated horrendously and there's nothing I could do. And before you say I should report this, that and the other, you have to know that they will cover it up. And actually, I don't have evidence. I don't have videos of it happening. I don't have photographs of it happening. And I know that it has been reported before. It was covered up and nothing happened. The abuse just got worse, and I have to weigh that up. I have to weigh up, do I report it and face the fact that the abuse will get worse and nothing will happen, nothing will change, the kids won't get removed, or do I do this? And do I educate, and do I help and pray to God that the kids are okay? And it's a battle I have every single day. So please don't think that I've walked away lightly. I haven't. I've done it because I think it's the right thing to do, and I hope that there are other protective factors in place for the children. But it is a very real possibility, and I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I'm sharing it partly because it's my situation, but also it has come up in my group that it is a real concern for a lot of parents, and we can't avoid it, we can't skirt around it. We have to talk about it, we have to think about how do we protect, what do we do, what can we put in place. And it's the same whether it's they murder them or they're sexually abusing them. It is all about how do we best protect the children in this situation, and education is the key. Knowing what signs to look for, educating professionals that this happens in parental alienation cases, is what happens in narcissistic families, that they need to be looking for these signs, they need to follow their training, do their due diligence, and notice the signs when the children are withdrawn, when they are acting out, when they're over sexualized, when they're very tied, they're meshed to the alienating parent, when that parent can do no wrong, when they're basically, it's like they're in a relationship with their parent, and I'm talking a romantic relationship with their parent. They idolise them, they think that they walk on water and nothing they do is wrong. These are the warning signs, because that's been created. It's been created for an environment of fear. These narcissistic families are built on fear, and the trauma bonds between them, sexuality and sex is such a big part of that, because if you think about it, if you're sexually abusing anyone within the family, we know this from paedophiles, that's a secret that has to be kept. Then they make the victim feel guilty. They make them feel special to start off with, and then they make them feel dirty, and they make them feel that they're somehow to blame, and if it ever came out, it would be their fault. And so they keep the secret. They feel special for a period of time. They don't open up. They isolate themselves. They can't have friends come round, because what if they saw something? What if they asked a question? They really struggle with relationships, and as they get older and sexuality, their own sexuality comes more to the forefront, that it creates real confusion for them, because look at what experiences they've had. They've had this from their own parent, their own flesh and blood. And it can be sibling as well, if you think about it, that this is the environment that they're growing up, where there's no boundaries between families. In normal families, everyone has like a distinct role, but in narcissistic families, all the boundaries are blurred, and so a child can become a surrogate partner. They emotionally lean on them, they physically lean on them. Siblings can see that sex is the way to communicate, so they wouldn't think twice about trying to have sex with their own siblings, because that's what they've learned. They've learned that sex is just a part of family life. And it is such a dark secret, and it won't get spoken about. People won't. Obviously, it takes a lot for a victim to come out and say that this is what's happened, because they still feel that shame. They still feel that guilt. And if you think about it as well, when they become adults and they get into a relationship, how do you share that? How do you say to your new partner, my first sexual experience was with my mum or with my dad? They carry this with them. And I wanted to talk about it, because, like I say, it's something that's always on my mind, that both the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, and the prospect of child homicide, because narcissists will do whatever it takes to keep control of a situation, and if they've exhausted all avenues, if everything's about to come out, then they'll escape. And they could kidnap, that's the other option. Kidnap or kill are the options. They could run and hide, but that doesn't, the truth's still there. So it is a very real possibility, and I'm not saying this to scare you, and if you're watching this and it's terrified you, I sincerely apologise for that. I just wanted to have the conversation, because same with anything, not talking about it doesn't mean it's not happening, and I believe education, awareness is the way forward, and do what you can to support your children, to be honest, be open, be aware of their feelings, so that they can share this kind of thing. If this has triggered anything, please do get in touch. It really does. I really don't want it to have badly affected you, and I would like to be there to support you if it has. So do get in touch. The email is on the screen. If you are experiencing, or you are part of a narcissistic family, I am putting together resources. If you click on the blog link in the header, that will take you to my website, where there's lots of information to help you, and I will be adding free resources all the time. It has been a difficult one. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you feel that it would help anyone else out there, do share. Thank you. Take care of yourself.